Are you hungry?
Give me something, something good.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Görgött. Today we're cooking something that I had on my honeymoon. That was back in 2006, so 15 years ago. We were in Sydney and we had the opportunity to get a table at a restaurant called Tetsuya. Back then it was one of the best restaurants in the world and we were really lucky. And there we had this dish. The dish is the basis of this. I'm making it a little bit different. But yeah, I hope you like it. It's done with trout and it's really nice. But before we have a look at what's on the board, please click the subscribe button. Check the little bell icon to get notifications when new content goes online, which is every Tuesday and Thursday. But yeah, let's get cooking. So here on the board you see our trout. It's salmon trout. You see our basil oil. We have fennel, lemon, some kombu, some chives, and some roe. The marinade for the trout, I made it yesterday and we'll cut to that now so you can see how to make the marinade. To marinate the fish, it's easy. We see the ingredients here. We have some thyme, we have some basil, we have half a teaspoon of white pepper, we have half a tablespoon of coriander, ground coriander, and 1 garlic. We'll also put half olive oil and grape seed oil. And obviously we need our beautiful fish. Salmon trout, you can see by the color. So the first thing we need to do is to prepare the fish, to fillet the fish. And I'll show you how easy it actually is, so something you don't have to be afraid of. So let's do that. So as you can see, the fish has already been cleaned out. Nice size. Go in behind the gills, they're here. Cut straight down until you feel the backbone. And then you go in. Make sure to cut all the way down there. Lift that up. And now you just follow the backbone all the way down. See, I made a mistake there. But that's all right. We'll do the other side. Go in again. Lift that part up along the backbone. There we go. I'm not too worried about it. Yes, this one for sure could have been better. But hey, it's nicer to do it yourself. You want to get rid of the white stuff here, and you see it also has some bones in it. So you just go underneath, follow the bones. Like that, same here. And then we can cut along the stomach. And now you need the tweezers, because here you see, I hope you can see it, there's a lot of kind of bones that stand up. Starts all the way here in front. You can follow them with your finger and they go back to about here. So yeah, you have to do is to get in with a tweezer and just pull. Pull a little bit forward and upwards. I'm done with the bones. As you can see, this is the collection we got. And now all you have to do is skin it. So you go in at the tail, grab a hold of it, angle the knife kind of downwards and just go along. There you go. There we have the skin, and there we have the mess. So what you want to do is to take your fillet and just rinse it off. So I swap quickly to clean board, because now you kind of just want to make it nice. Take off the really thin part. And then I would say this is perfect for about 3 portions. And depending on how big of a portion you want to serve, I would say two of these pieces is enough for a good size starter. And we'll do the same with the second fillet. We've prepared our fish as a beautiful kind of rosé, pinkish, reddish salmon color. That's not because it eats salmon. This is actually farmed. You can't really get a lot of fresh in Switzerland, or not fresh, but wild. This is farmed salmon trout, and normally salmon trout gets its color from eating kind of small shrimp animals in the ocean. But when it's farmed, they give it, I think it's called carotene in English. It's kind of the red color from carrots. So they feed it that, and that's where you get the color from. But in the end, it doesn't really matter too much. Now you want about 50-50 of grapeseed oil. About a deciliter, I would say. And the same of olive oil. Just want to make sure that the fish is covered. We take our thyme, we kind of crush it up in our hand to release some of the oils. Same with the basil. And then we take our coriander and white pepper. And last but not least, our garlic. This, just put some weight into it. You can normally just crush it that easy with your hand. And then we put in the crushed garlic as well. Now mix it a little bit so that the spices go everywhere. Be a bit careful, the fish is quite delicate. And that's pretty much all you need to do to prepare the fish. Now we'll put it in the fridge, and it needs to stay there for 24 hours. So as you can see, marinade is pretty straightforward. I've also made a basil oil. The original recipe has a parsley oil in it, but I think since you kind of use basil in the marinade for the fish, I prefer to make a basil oil, but that's my kind of adaptation to it. Now another of the things for this dish that you can do well in advance is a basil oil, but if you want to stay close to the original, make a parsley oil. Done the same way. We take the basil to help the mixer a bit. We kind of rip it up with our hands. You want to use you want to use a mild or neutral oil. So in this case, I'm putting on grapeseed oil. And then all you need is this, and you start kind of working it. There we are. Made a nice puree. I recommend not to wear white. I have a couple of stains already. Or to make it in like a mixer, a proper mixer, not a hand mixer. But hey, there's washing machines. Now we'll let that stand overnight as well, so that it can really get the color and the taste of the basil. And then we'll strain it tomorrow. I'll show you that later. And we'll go ahead now and we'll actually strain the oil. And to strain the oil, we'll just take this There's been stuff strained through it before. Get everything out. And then you basically just grab the cloth and start pressing. So, put that to the side. The next thing we'll prepare is what we want to kind of coat the fish with once it's cooked. And that's a mix of kombu and chives. So we'll start with the kombu. Just break it up by hand. I find it the easiest way to make it dry. Obviously you can also soak it in water and then becomes much more, not manageable, but softer. That's perfect. If you want it finer, go ahead, but I kind of like it a bit crunchy like this. And you can already taste the ocean. So what we'll do is put this on a plate. And we also need chives. We just cut them up finely. Well, there we go. Put that up on the plate as well. Now we can just mix it a bit together. Perfect. Put that to the side as well. And we're serving the trout on a kind of a bed of fennel. So for that we'll need half a fennel. I like to cut this part out. Like that. Take the outer. And now this, I think it's kind of nice and it tastes nice too. So we'll pick that off and we can maybe decorate with that. Add some nice vibrant green. And we'll make a cut. Now we use the mandolin to cut really fine. Be careful with your hands. We add this to a bowl. Now all we do to this, we want to marinate it a little bit. We put a good pinch of salt. 2. And half a lemon. Squeeze it in your hand so that the pips don't fall in. Perfect. Then we toss this a little bit. So the fish is prepared, we've done the oil, we've done the stuff where we coat the fish afterwards, we've done the fennel salad, and it's time to basically prepare the fish for the oven. You basically want to get rid of the oil and the herbs and then place it on a tray like that. We preheated the oven to 80 degrees. We'll put it in, but we'll leave the oven door open. And it shouldn't take much more than 6-7 minutes. And along the way, we'll kind of baste it with the oil that we have left here, so don't throw that away. So the fish is ready. We're just gonna lift it off the warm tray so it can cool down a bit. And once this is cooled down, we're ready to plate. So our fish is cooled down, we're ready to serve this up. We'll take a little bit of the fennel in the middle. Take a nice piece of fish. Dip it into the kombu. another slice. So. Now we'll take our oil. And our roe. Sticky. Like so. Some red and some black. Perfect. Now we'll take a small can of fennel. Put on top. And there we have it. My take on the Tetsuya trout. Let's dig in. Let's see if it's as good as it was in Sydney in 2006. The nice kind of crunchiness of the kombu together with the tenderness of the fish. Saltiness of the roe, the freshness of the fennel. It's a really nice dish. That's a perfect starter if you kind of want to make it a bit festive with guests or something. Takes a bit of preparation, but it's not difficult cooking. If you're not comfortable filleting fish, get your fishmonger to do it. What have I changed from the original? The oil. It's not parsley oil, it's basil oil. The fish itself is not ocean trout, it's something called salmon trout, but they're quite similar. I believe ocean trout is a bit bigger, a bit thicker. But that's about it. I hope you enjoyed it. It brought me back to happy days. Well, there's still happy days. I'm still married to my wife, but to our honeymoon. Yeah, that's it for today. But before you go, please do me the favor. If you stuck with me this far, there must have been something you liked about the video. So please click the like button below. And also, it would be great if you leave a comment. What did you like? What did you not like? What would you like to see on the channel? And if you haven't done so yet, hit the subscribe button. But that's it for today. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.